my
is it recording?
bell.
Are we recording?
Yeah, the red light's on.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You
sorry.
know, the one that wasn't on before?
You gotta count me out in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I know you see someday the world will change for me and be so wonderful.
Bing, bing, bing.
Live life, breathe air. I know somehow we're gonna get there and be so wonderful. I don't know if y'all YouTubers are noticing or not.
YouTubers.
But our cameras crisp, our cameras
Crispy.
clean. Like Paige,
Crispy.
Sierra, and Amanda, we are so mean to y'all.
Except not mean at all.
That was good. I feel like you just wrote the hit of the summer. Not my Band-Aid coming off. I cannot.
What happened to you, Brandon? Who hurt you?
Myself. So here's what, hey y'all, welcome to the Shade of It All. I'm
Welcome.
Brandon.
I'm Magdala.
If you can't see, but if you're on YouTube, you'll see I do have a Band-Aid on my hand. And the reason being is I was doing dishes and I was cleaning one of my favorite coffee mugs. A coffee mug I've had since I first moved out after college.
Wow.
A coffee mug I've had for years from Home Goods. A comfort coffee mug.
A mug with history.
It used to be my go-to morning mug. It was perfect. It was a perfect size. It was cozy. I love the design. Everything about it was great. I was washing it. It slipped. It fell maybe 2 centimeters. I don't know what the fuck our sinks are made of here.
Oh, it shattered?
Into 3 pieces.
Oh my God.
I swear it barely fell, but it shattered. And that's the second mug it's happened to. And as it did it, I think I was trying to catch it and I went into it and I sliced my hand a little.
Jeez.
And it hurt. Did it hurt? Yes. Would it stop bleeding? Barely. But
wow.
It's one of those where it's not even that bad, but it just won't stop bleeding.
Yeah.
And it was in that moment after calming down, after stopping the bleeding,
After crying and wiping my tears away.
mourning my mug that I grew attachment to, I decided that I from now on will be using my dishwasher and stop hand washing dishes. I would just hand wash because it's just me here. It's just easier and I don't always trust dishwashers. But now I've decided that my peace and safety is more important. So
It's
so
giving.
yes.
In honor of Dr. Dillerman's death, I am changing my name from Galinda to
Glinda. I am Glinda. No, but for real, it's just too much. And I think this is I don't know, something's been happening. I've been breaking too many things lately. Things have just been breaking.
And the sink is interesting.
I just it
And
is
you have
truly
good quality stuff. You don't buy it's not
Right.
it wasn't probably wasn't a thin mug.
No,
Was
it's a thick pottery mug almost. And it's just 3 pieces. And I'm and it barely fell. That's what I'm saying. I'm this is ridiculous.
I've dropped things into the sink onto other things and it's broken, but not just into the sink itself. I've dropped things on the floor that didn't break. So it's just weird when things decide to break.
Right? This cup right here, I don't know what this is made of. This does not break. We've dropped it a couple times and it not a dent. It doesn't break.
That's
My
funny.
mug's done. So,
Yeah, the dishwasher is your friend.
it is.
Use your little hose and just pressure wash the dish. I'm so sorry, Brandon, for your loss.
It's fine.
Just pressure wash it clean and then throw it in there. I don't put plastic in the dishwasher. I'll do that by hand.
True.
And I have been doing my silverware by hand, but everything else I'll throw in there.
I probably, because I'm annoyed with washing silverware, will try and do it in the dishwasher and see how it goes. And I'm just I don't want to do this. But... yeah, that's my revelation of today.
That
this
happened
week.
today?
Well, it happened yesterday.
Oh,
It
okay.
happened after work yesterday.
I was gonna say you seem in better spirits, but I do sense loss here.
Loss exists in my soul, and it's just rough. I've also this is the second time recently where I've injured my hand. I was vacuuming and literally I have lotion on my hand, my Band-Aid's slipping off, so I'm adjusting it every now and then. But I was vacuuming a couple weeks ago and I was moving something in my room and my candle holder slipped from my side table and it broke.
Ooh.
Which I didn't expect that because it's carpet, but whatever. But as I was picking it up, I think because there was like a sticker at the bottom, there was some glass I didn't see when I picked it up. And it came back and it got me right in the middle of the finger.
Oh.
And it stung. I thought I had glass in my finger. I thought it was in the middle of a vein. So I did almost pass out. It wouldn't stop bleeding. Maggie, when I tell you...
Are you serious?
And I swear.
Oh my God.
I can't survive anything.
Oh,
I literally had to sit down over there and like chug water. Like I was sweating. I lost all color in my face.
Wow, it freaked you out.
I think there's something with fingers. Because I cut my finger once when I was like cooking once at my parents' house and the same thing happened. Like when this happened, I was more annoyed than anything, like on my hand. Like it stung a little, but I was fine. That, I don't know, it's something about fingers. I don't know what happened.
You're like, is it gonna fall off?
Right. I did start to think, I was just like, oh my gosh, it stings. I have glass in my artery and my veins. Something's gonna happen. But then I don't know if it's something that sends a nerve to my system. And then I just like shut down. I don't know. But truly, and when I tell you, it's so embarrassing because literally after it stopped bleeding and like maybe an hour or two later, you could barely see where it cut. It was like two little dots. And I'm like, I swear like I was shot. But no.
Yeah.
It was just too much. So yeah, I'm having a little bit of bad luck with things and like getting injured.
I'm noticing a theme, if you don't mind. I think it's just your glass cleanup strategy is not the best. Maybe just put gloves on and then get it. You used to have dishwashing gloves, like a thick glove, and then go pick it up.
I feel attacked. Just kidding.
I think the common theme here is you keep touching glass, broken glass, sharp glass with your bare hands.
Okay, and my
new strategy.
The candle holder, yes. The other thing, it happened as it fell.
Oh, okay.
In my defense.
Okay.
Because when my other mug, because I had broke another mug prior to that, I think I talked about it on the pod. That just fell and I didn't cut myself. But I am the problem. You're right. The thing is, you are right.
No, I don't think you're the problem. I was just saying,
I'm
like,
not the solution.
With glass, you got to be careful. I don't know though. Glass is weird. Like I remember one time, I think we broke a plate. So Brandon and I have the same apartment set up. So I dropped the plate there. There was glass everywhere. There was glass by the TV. There was glass all the way like.
It travels.
It flies. So it's scary. Like when you said the carpet, I was like, but you have a really good vacuum. So
I had the vacuum out, so that's why I wasn't so worried when it did break. But I tried to just like, okay, we're just gonna pick up the big pieces. No. And then cut myself. But that's fine. You know, it is what it is. You live and you learn.
You calmed down, and then after the water, you were okay. Yes,
for the most part. It took a minute to get color back in my face and feel a spirit within me. But I did eventually. I had to because I don't have many Band-Aids here. I do now. But when that happened, I didn't because I really don't injure myself like that. So I barely use Band-Aids. Yeah. And I had like this small little bag that my mom gave me like when I moved in. Just like, oh, so you have some. But I had only had one left. And I was just like, I texted my brother who also lives in our apartment complex. I'm like, do you have Band-Aids? And he's like, yeah, but I'm not home. And he's like, but you can go and get some. And I'm like, I'm about to pass out.
Oh, you have a spare key?
Travel. I do have a spare key.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. But it's quite a fleet to walk to his.
No, I can't travel. You should have texted me. I have so many Band-Aids.
Why didn't I? Maybe you weren't home, or maybe I thought you weren't home. I don't know. You should be an emergency contact.
We're neighbors, man.
Noted.
Yeah. It's so funny, though. I always feel like you get hurt when you don't have Band-Aids. But I have also stocked up. I have various sizes. We got the little like dot one. We have the regular size, the big ones.
Yes.
I got you, Brandon. Let me know.
I will. Thank you, Maggie. And you can let me know if you need anything. I have some stuff. I don't have much.
No, it's fine. Last week I had was it last week? Yeah, last week I had a panic attack thinking something was going to happen.
What did you think was going to
I
happen?
freaked myself out.
As
over
the best do.
nothing.
As what usually happens.
Okay, so basically, to just give you the real meat and potatoes, I had a conflict with a person, and the person was like, "We will talk when I get back." The person was away when the conflict happened.
Is this
Yes.
try to cover my mouth.
It is that person.
We'll see.
So they're like, "Hey, okay, I'm away. Let's talk when I return." And so I was like, "Okay, cool." And when it happened, usually I freak out whenever someone's mad at me. I'm like, "Oh, what am I gonna do?" They're upset, and then they're gonna come back. It might be more upset. It might be bad. And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna freak out. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay." And I was hyping myself up the whole time, like, "We're gonna be fine." I saw them and had a panic attack.
Instantly saw their face.
No, well, I saw them, tried to speak to them a little bit, and it felt cold, but I could have just been dramatic and imagined it. And I was like, "Everything is awful. This is gonna be terrible. Oh my god!" And I had a full-on panic attack. Full-on panic attack. And I haven't had a panic attack in years. But it's just like, so like, I can't even be like, "Oh, Brandon, you're dramatic with the glass," because
we all have
my
our
life.
moments,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
But how did the conversation go with this person? Didn't it go?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was literally fine when I did like actually have a conversation with them. Everything was fine. So
that's good.
I was just freaking out.
It really is the moments thinking about something where you'll have like the panic attack or anxiety, but then like when it happens, it hardly ever is as bad as you think. And then even if it is as bad, it's kind of like, well, it's happening. Like, what can you do?
Exactly. Like, I think for me, I think we both do it. I'm a scenario. I have 10 storylines in my head, none of which I am living. Like, I'm like, it could go like this, it could go like that.
Some are not even feasible.
Right. Like, I will dwell over things. Like, if there's a conflict in the moment and there's something I want to say, I'll think about all the things I should have said and might say, or, "Oh, if you do this, I'm going to do that." And like, I'll just stew on it. And that week I was tired. That week I didn't meditate or journal. I didn't do anything for my self-care. So no wonder I had a panic attack. Like, I just was not taking care of myself. I don't think I really even went to F45 that week. I was just busy. And so like, I wasn't taking care of myself at all. And I'm like, this was preventable.
Yes.
Also, if I calm down, it was like a slow fade. I started panicking for 10 minutes before.
And then it just exploded.
I was like, breathe, you're okay. I am not okay. And then it was like, okay. So,
well, you know, that definitely happens and everything, but I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
And
I was bugging.
that you were okay.
Yes.
And that the conversation went well.
It was fine. It was fine. Everything was fine.
Yeah, we really work things up in our heads to be worse than they actually are or end up being.
Exactly. Like, we really do. And last week, it was actually, I think it needed to happen because last week I spent so much time taking care of myself. I was like, ooh. I might fuck around and quit my job so I can take care of myself all day. Like, it was so nice. Last weekend, I read a book.
To care about myself. Ooh.
I sat down and read.
What book?
The one I bought. The Hunger Games book.
I was about to say, if you're still working on Wicked.
No, I had to pause because I was real confused. Like, I'm pretty much like more than halfway done with the book, and I don't know what these side characters are talking about.
That's when you know you're just not interested or invested in the book.
Yeah. And like, everybody is like in different places. Like, it's a little too confusing for me. I could just Google what's happening, but the last time I did, and I really didn't. Right. The last time I really found out what was happening, I kind of wish I didn't know. Right.
It's like, I actually didn't need to know all this.
Like, oh.
I like my version of what was happening better.
Okay, yeah. But I sat down and read. I watched a movie. Oh. But I haven't watched a movie probably since we watched, or since like, I mean, I go to the movies, but like a movie at home. Yeah. I don't think I've watched one since we watched Scream.
Oh, yeah.
2?
We still need to watch Wizard of Oz.
We do. We haven't. So I watched a movie. I think I cleaned up a little bit, but I mostly relaxed. I got makeup.
Oh.
I did my makeup last week. Y'all might see me in makeup here pretty soon.
Oh, Maggie's going to be coming with a full beat.
Yeah.
Serving face.
I don't do it because I get overwhelmed by the thought of it.
Ooh, okay, Maggie.
Did I eat it up?
You ate it up. Mm-hmm. A million %.
Like, I put on makeup sometimes, like, to go out or, like, for special occasions, but I want to start, like, having an everyday look. Mm-hmm. And I don't like to do things unless I do it well. So we've been practicing.
You're very 0 to 100.
I am. So I've done 2 on my own. Gonna practice again today.
It looks good.
And then maybe that might be my everyday face.
I like it.
But it might be hard because we record typically in the evening after I've showered, so I probably won't. But maybe.
I mean, you could, if you have a good, well, you were talking about getting like a skincare routine.
Yes.
So if we get you a skincare routine, it should be easier.
Yeah, that's true.
So then you could like wash your face just after.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe do a light wash before, to prep your skin.
Yeah.
And then wash your face after to like cleanse it and get all the makeup off.
Yes. Yes. Did I say that out loud today that I wanted to look at your skin products? I meant to.
You did.
I want to see. Oh, did I tell you?
I can't recall if it was on camera or recording, but you did say it out loud at some point.
Okay, I was like,
so
I remember wanting to tell you that. I want to see what you use.
Mm-hmm. I shall show you.
Yes.
But yes, you saw a movie last night, did you?
I saw Thunderbolts.
Oh, how was it? What's it about?
We actually watched it twice.
Oh.
Because we went to a 5:00 movie because all of the early evening ones were sold out. We didn't want to go at like 11. Mm-hmm. So we picked 5, but I was late. And I had the tickets, and they merged the tickets, so you can't go in. One person go in, and another person. Yeah. Like, Obi had to wait for me, so we missed like the first 5 minutes because of that. Then we missed the first 10 minutes because somebody was in our seat, and so we were like trying to figure it out. And then I was just so flustered from the whole encounter that I just wasn't paying attention to the first. So we watched it. And then, we gab because we know all the Marvel stuff, so he'll say something to me, and I'm like, it's a Marvel movie. Oh. And I'm like, I missed that part. So I was like, let's just watch it again. So we went and watched it twice.
Oh, I love that.
It was nice. So I watched the Thunderbolts yesterday. Very good movie.
Okay.
10 out of 10. Definitely recommend. It has one of my favorite characters or actresses, Florence Pugh. I love
Miss Flo. I love Florence Pugh. She's one of my favorites.
She's so versatile.
She is. Did you see Don't Worry, Darling?
No.
With her and Harry Styles?
No. Wait, that sounds like a recent movie.
It's not too long. Maybe a couple years old, maybe.
A love story?
Some might say. It's a good movie. You would like it because it also kind of has a little bit of a slightly sci-fi element. Not really, but kind of. You would like it. Watch it. I think it's on Max.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to watch it.
Is Harry Styles good in it?
Oh, yeah. How's his acting?
It's not the worst, but when you're next to Florence Pugh, who's impeccable, but
they're trying to add him to Marvel too. He's supposed to be like Zeus's son or something.
Harry, make another album. I'm done. Stop. This is enough.
Harry, we want to play a song for you. Never plays a song ever again.
No, and I didn't even like Harry's House, that album, and I don't know if that's a controversial take or not, but I didn't like that. I preferred Fine Line. That was amazing. Also, where the fuck is the Cherry music video, Harry? Don't you call me baby. We're not talking lately.
Not the delayed
Don't
snapping.
you call me what you used to call me.
Oh, Brandon. Well, Florence is in her acting bag.
Of course.
Bag.
She can also sing. She has some video on YouTube of her singing. She can sing.
So my first time seeing her was Midsummer. That was a mind fuck.
That is a fucked up movie.
I was like, wait.
That movie made me deeply uncomfortable.
Y'all jumping off of cliffs, and it's a good thing?
I mean,
I will never forget.
Depends who in the scenario you ask.
Do you remember that, Brandon?
Yeah, and they show the person hitting the
and then he didn't die, and they finished it off. Oh my God.
So,
what'd you do this week? going into the week, or how was your week?
It was.
No, sorry. How are you doing?
I'm good. Not a bad week. Month end close started, so that's awful. But it hasn't been too bad. Kind of busy, but not too crazy. The final day is Monday, so there's that. But other than that, not too bad.
I'm glad they don't make you do it over the weekend.
True, which is nice.
Yeah.
They do sometimes if it's like the 4th of July, depending on, because headquarters are out of the country, and so they like do it like they don't have certain holidays, but then they'll give us another day we can take off to make up for it, because I remember one Saturday I had to work, but that's fine. It is what it is. Working for corporate America, working for the man.
The man.
But yeah, other than that, doing well, doing okay, better because I'm here with you.
I get to hang out on a Saturday.
Yes. Should we jump into the episode?
Well, I did want to say, as a general life update, it's not a life update. I've just been enjoying watching Cowboy Carter tour on TikTok.
I was like, is Maggie gonna tell me she's engaged, married, quit her job, pregnant? Which one?
Stay tuned. One of those things is happening
life
soon.
update. Oh, no, the Cowboy Carter clips. Amazing. Blue Ivy eating it up.
Oh my gosh. It's like, so people are calling it Blue Ivy's internship, basically.
I mean,
Brendan, she's 13.
I didn't even realize that. She's tall.
She's very tall.
And she
I think that makes her look older. But if you look at her, like I looked at the videos from the last tour and I was like, she had such a baby face.
She did.
But man, it's so cool. And then Rumi Carter coming out. Like when I watched, so it might have been Monday or no, it was Tuesday. And I pick up my phone and I see a video of her and I'm like about to cry. I was like, this is so precious. Like I bet it's a full circle moment for Beyonce being able to like share the stage with her kids, because a lot of her music I feel like is inspired by them, especially that song Protector.
Yes.
Not Projector. It's called Protector, and then we go back and forth with Projector and Projector. Right?
Did you just say projector twice?
Projector and Protector. Right?
I think. I'm not.
Did you listen to the album?
I listened to the album, but it's been a minute. I actually want to re-listen to it, because there were some songs I would listen to more than others, but I want to, now with the tour and everything, I want to become reacquainted with it.
Right, because I feel like sometimes you hear something that like just on the radio or on Spotify or whatever streaming platform, and it's like one thing. Then you hear it live and you're like, oh, wait, let me listen to it again.
It has a whole different meaning.
Yes, like that's how I fell in love with Kendrick Lamar, because me and my brother went to a show probably in 2017, and we saw him live, and all of the music just got like way better to me. Just the way it sounded and everything. I was like, this is cool. So I've been having fun with that.
I liked his last album. I listened to GNX after the Super Bowl. It's a good album. Victoria went to Cowboy Carter in LA.
I meant to text them and see how it went. Did they tell you?
No, I need to ask. She went with my cousin Madison.
I know they had fun.
It looked like they had fun, but I haven't messaged them about it or anything.
How close were they?
I don't think they were that close, but they looked like they had like decent seats as far as there was like room and stuff. So yeah.
One day, Beyonce, I will see you in person. Not today or tomorrow, but one day.
Hopefully someday soon. I just hate concerts. They're so packed. I think the Eras tour ruined me.
Yeah. Yes. Because I was about to say, I don't mind. I hate festivals. I don't mind concerts, but your Eras tour experience sounded miserable. Yeah, a stadium concert?
Yeah.
Might as well be a festival.
I like small, close and personal, maybe an unknown person singing, so not a lot of people were there.
Yeah. Because when I've gone to like Emily for a concert, it hasn't been that bad. You know, you walk a little bit, the parking lot's right there, but a stadium?
Yeah, no. Emily wasn't bad. When I saw Casey Musgraves, it wasn't as bad.
But wait, no, Brandon. I think it's because you were in Miami.
That could have been it,
because
too.
if they had done it at Raymond James, like, I go to football games.
That's all outside.
Walk down the block. Right, but you walk down the block and it's not that terrible. I feel like Miami is just so...
Yeah.
That you have to like travel far and wide to sit somewhere and to sleep somewhere and to, you know.
Truly. And the system they had, the people who worked there didn't even know about the system of where to go to get to the shuttle or to get to the bus. And like, it was just a mess. But yes, these Cowboy Carter clips have been lit, and I really liked it.
Yeah, people are like, I saw a girl and she was like, "I'm gonna be on the floor. I was in the floor seats. I was by concession. I was up high." I was like, "How many streams did you find?" Because I only found one the other night, and it's so late when we get it.
Oh yeah.
Once she goes overseas, I'm not gonna see it. Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But you know.
But yeah.
But while there's Cowboy Carter, there is Snooze Fest. First annual Snooze Fest. The continuation of Snooze Fest. Maggie, what did you think of this episode?
I really liked it.
What did you say?
I liked it so much. Because I was a hater in the first couple. I was like, this is boring.
This is the worst show ever.
I have been entertained.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I have been too. I like this episode. I felt like it dragged a little, but I still liked it.
I kind of wish some conversations were longer.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it was good.
It was good. We got, I think, some resolution when it comes to Jesse and Lexi. But even I'm a little like...
She looked too happy to open that door to see him. I was like,
she did.
Lexi, stand on business. Wait. I don't think she knows she should be standing on business right now. Why are you smiling at that man? Why is he in your house?
But when she's smiling and nice to him, they won't call her a pick-me. But Sierra says she likes to party with Jesse. She's a pick-me. Mm-hmm. But anyways,
well, let's just say this party was the best party so far.
Oh yeah, it was one of the best probably of the show ever.
And I don't know if they're gonna top it. Probably not.
Probably not. I think next year, if they have their second annual Snooze Fest, maybe they'll somehow elevate it. But I don't know theme-wise if they can top it. So this episode, we got the aftermath of the Jesse and Lexi conversation, kind of.
Yes.
And like the girls, the conclusion of them comforting Lexi.
Correct.
And all of that. And then, so Jesse, how did it actually start? I think it started relatively soon with Jesse confronting Amanda and Paige, right?
Not so confronting them, but just being like, I don't know what I did wrong.
Well, here's the thing, and maybe this is a bold statement because there's a lot of discussions about who's a pick-me, who's not a pick-me. I think Amanda's the ultimate pick-me.
Explain.
I just find her to be very like even when Jesse's asking, she's like, well, Jesse, what's wrong? Like, Jesse, like, okay, like, what's the issue?
Okay, let's define pick me first, because now I'm confused.
There's layers.
The evolution. So base level pick me at minimum.
I think maybe.
Like a people pleaser?
I think, sure. Well,
damn, I'm a pick-me.
I don't think you're a pick-me. I think, though, Amanda just tends to overly sympathize with the man in a situation and make concessions for them, but holds the women to a higher regard or standard. Like, she'll still get mad at Lindsay for random things. Or like, her and Kyle held a grudge against Lindsay for like 5 seasons about something that they kept bringing up and they kept resolving. But like with Jesse and all this, it's very like, oh, I feel bad about Jesse, and like Jesse's doing this and I just feel bad. And like at the after show when she was like, oh, well, she gave him a choice, either talk to him or like be official within a month or don't talk to him at all, or da 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 da. And then just even the amount of passes, like she'll like throughout her relationship with Kyle, she'll complain, but she's still with him. She still forgives him. She still deals with it. It's just moments where I feel like I catch her in moments where and even like after he gets into it with Sierra, and Sierra's kind of talking shit about Jesse, I think she said something like, oh, I feel bad, and da 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 da. And it's like, okay, well, why are you saying that? And then she's constantly, sorry, I'm like jumping all over the place. When she would go to West and be like, West, I don't like seeing you this way, and like kind of comforting him, but like letting him talk about Sierra and then constantly bringing it up to Sierra. I know we're against Wes, but this costume is funny. It's like, shut up. Like, I get it, but I'm also just like, leave it alone. You know, Sierra's just got in an argument with Jesse. Why are you saying you feel bad for Jesse? You know Sierra still feels a way about Wes. Why do you feel the need to be like, I know we hate him, but look at his costume and his cap. It's just a little like, I don't know. I got my eye on Amanda. I like Amanda, but just a little, sometimes I'm just like, she can be a little like, even like her whole thing with telling Lexi, it was very like, I love Jesse so much and I care about him. Lexi is also my friend, so I should tell her. It was just kind of like she was more on Jesse's side, which I get, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's something I've noticed with Amanda throughout, where she will make more excuses and feel more bad for like the guy in the situation than the girl. And it's just how I feel.
I didn't see it that way, but I don't know, Amanda. This is my first season watching, so, you know, it sounds like there's like a pattern that you're noticing. Because I didn't really feel like she was, when she decided to tell Lexi, I didn't feel like that was taking up for Jesse in any way. Like, she didn't decide to have a conversation with Jesse about anything. She spoke to, like, had a real, like, actual helpful conversation with Lexi without giving Jesse any notice.
That is true.
So I didn't think of it that way. But and even when she was like, Jesse, what's wrong? I didn't think it was like she's like,
there was like a coddling energy to me, to where I was like,
did she read him afterwards and say you can't tell us stuff without?
She didn't. Paige did.
Oh, Paige said that. Okay.
Amanda was just kind of like, she was kind of acting clueless. Like, why are you upset? And it's like, well, you know why he's up. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess not exactly the reason why.
Well,
she probably knows the gist, but maybe wants to hear it from him.
I guess.
Because everybody's in everybody's business. I guess
they
it's
are.
Like, to set you up, Jesse, tell me why you're upset.
Please let us know. Reiterate.
Yeah. So they had a conversation. Jesse was just like, I don't know what I did wrong.
I just feel like I told you guys things and now it's being told a different way. And Paige is like, well, you can't tell us one thing and then be like, but I don't want you guys involved. Because if you talk about it, it's a thing, which I think is kind of like talking about how in the show, if you say something on camera, it's a thing. Yeah, like it's gonna be talked about,
right? And I didn't think I appreciated Paige for saying that, because that's what he's getting in trouble for. It's his words, right? You're saying one thing to the group, you're saying something else to Lexi. You can't pretend that you didn't say anything, you know. And then what did he say after that?
Well, because then she started to say, like, if I saw how you were acting when Lexi was gone and I was trying to date you, I would have like cut your other ball off. And he's like, I didn't do anything. Like, how was I inappropriate? How did I do that? And then Lindsay brings up you told Sierra about how if Wes didn't call dibs, then you would have like shot your shot. He's like, I said that to make her feel better. And Sierra's like,
fuck you. Sierra was like, okay, first off, fuck you, Jesse. And then she walked away. She was like, no, why do I need your sympathy? Why should you need to say that to me? Oh, I feel bad for Sierra, so let me tell Sierra that I would have dated her to make her feel better? Why do I need that from you?
The way these mid-ass men are playing in Sierra's face, the audacity for someone that looks like Jesse to look at Sierra and say, nah, I told you I liked you to make you feel better, bitch.
So it wasn't true then, is what he's implying.
He's basically saying, oh, I wanted you to feel better about Wes not liking you, so I said I liked you.
Jesse, you can't rewrite history. You were being honest, and that's what you said. And in this moment, you're trying to find a reason to make it reasonable. Like, oh, no, I just said that for this. And that's BS. Yeah. It's BS, and I'm glad you said it to Sierra so that she can see your true colors. Right. But that's total BS. Like, there's no way that's actually why you said it.
No.
Almost not a year, maybe 6 months later, I told Sierra that to make her feel better. Yeah, as if she's like in her room crying about West.
Right. The reason y'all were talking about West is because you brought West up, and she was just saying how she doesn't like want to be his friend. Like,
she's literally fine. Like West and Jesse are like, oh, Sierra is just like so stuck on me, and she just like liked me so much, and I know I had to go my separate ways, but I had to like be true to myself. Sierra is in bed with Paige eating McDonald's. She's not worried about your ass. Like,
she's just existing, whereas you guys are obsessing over her and being like, oh, well, she said hi to me or she said bye to me, and so I think we're good.
And this is why, like, sometimes men you just don't get it. You interpret a boundary as hurt feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the boundary is like a step in the right direction for me to protect myself and for me to honor myself and my feelings. It doesn't necessarily mean I hate you. It doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, I'm like against you. I'm just, for my sanity, for my peace, I don't want to be around you. That's all that means. But they're taking it to be like, oh, she's just so stuck on me. Oh, she just loves me so much.
Upset, and like, I don't want her to be upset with me
broke her
anymore.
heart and everything, and she's still upset about it.
It's like, bitch, what also are you doing to be, and this is a message to West, what are you doing to be proactive in trying to actually make things right with Sierra?
No, he's like, I told her a joke and she laughed.
Right.
Making progress.
I invited her to a group kickball event, which is something we used to do when we were together.
No, like, so though, bringing in West to try to make it better and like mull it over, no, that's BS, and you know it is. Mm-hmm. And it's annoying that this man will just say anything instead of just being honest.
Yeah, he's like, just, I don't know, what is his honesty?
I feel like he could have just been like, yeah, you're right, guys, like okay, here it is. He doesn't want to admit he's wrong about anything.
No.
And all of these excuses are supposed to make it better.
Yeah.
When the truth probably is that you would have shot your shot with Sierra had West not.
Yeah.
And that's your truth. And you do like flirting with her and hanging out with her in a friendship way. And maybe you want something romantic. But, you know, you're with Lexi. Like, let's just be honest.
And maybe if the Lexi and Jesse thing was moving at a normal pace, he could be like, well, we weren't official, and like, I don't know, I was kind of tweaking out or something. I don't know. But considering the fact that he's acted obsessive towards Lexi and will say like, oh, I love you, and like, we're basically been exclusive since we met, and like all those things, it's like you're pushing for exclusivity and securement, but you are acting insecure and inexclusive, and it's just like, you're doing this to yourself.
Literally. Nobody is prompting any of this behavior.
No.
It's all of the things. Oh, I just don't know. And am I just the worst guy? Yes, you are.
If you have to ask yourself if you're the worst guy, yeah, the answer is yes. You are the worst guy. Because
they say this to him and he just, like, okay, so Sierra walks away and he's like, don't be upset. No,
you're
Sierra, come back. For that. Sierra. And then she does.
Yeah, she's just like, you're a fucking weirdo for that. And says, fuck you.
Yeah. And the conversation just kind of ended. And is this when he goes inside?
Probably.
to see West?
I know they spoke before, after his conversation with Lexi.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Did they speak again? They probably did. They speak like 8 times.
Yeah.
But, I know there's a part because Paige is just like, you just keep stepping in it, because he really just can't stop. But then it kind of separates. They all dance and like party and all that.
I love how they had an argument and then there's a dance montage. I was like, wait, are y'all extending this? Is this how it really happens? Like,
probably not.
So Sierra just cursed him out and we just went about our way and
but before even that confrontation, we missed Carl.
Oh.
Professing his love for Sierra.
Hey, Sierra, so like, I want to tell you something. Oh no, Carl, what? So
I want to sing you a song.
I brought out my guitar and
maybe someone is gonna come and save me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. You look good, by the way.
Yeah, like, Sierra, you're so like wicked hot, and I like kind of have like a grudge on you, Carl. I I love Sierra because she's like, oh my gosh, and also, oh no.
I know. She handled this beautifully.
She did. She's a gem.
She is. And he's just like, you're hot, but like you also have such other great qualities. Like your emotional intelligence, you're a nurse, you're a good person. And she's like, look, that's so nice. It's just like, I'm really in a good place with Lindsay.
Yeah.
And also, I just don't know if I can date someone like in this house. Like, I think I need to meet a stranger and all this. And he's like, oh, damn, I just feel like an idiot. I just have my feelings and all this. And she's like, no, don't feel like an idiot. And he's like, I think he tells us, he's like, I don't think I had a shot, but I put it out there. So like, maybe if one day she feels the same. I think he tells her that, like, if you date and realize, I'm the one, then yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But, maybe.
She let him down easy.
She did. But I'm like, because a lot of people online and like podcasts are like talking about like how this was kind of cringy, but she handled it well.
It
and
was
like
a
they
little,
kind of
yeah.
felt bad for Carl. I think on Watch What Happens Live when Sierra was on, there was a poll like cute or cringe. And my thing's this. I say it leaned more towards cringy on his part, cute on her part. But overall, to quote Heather Dubrow when she was referencing Gretchen and Slade's proposal in The Real Housewives of Orange County, I felt hollow watching it.
Hollow is crazy.
There's something about it. It missed on Carl's end. And I know we did a video on TikTok and there was comments just like, actually, Carl always liked Sierra and said this about Sierra. And I'm like, I know Carl said these things about Sierra. I think he thinks those things. I just don't know if he really likes her like that enough to date her. Maybe a crush, but it's just there's something with Carl where there's something to his words where I'm like, once more with feeling. Like, I don't believe what, like, there's like a vibe, there's an energy, there's a cadence. I don't know. There's something to what he's saying when he's speaking that I'm like, I don't believe you really want to date Sierra, or you like, I think you like Sierra. Like, obviously she's beautiful and like she has a great personality and all those things. Like, that's all true objectively, but I don't know if you then take those things and think, wow, I want to be with her. They're just,
I mean, he just said he had a little crush.
yeah, but
Maybe he was going to ask her on a date.
maybe.
And then she shut it down. So he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. There was just something about the scene. I felt like there was an energy where it was lacking. And again, I still feel as though it was Renum. Like, I know he said her first season, like, oh, she's beautiful. But okay, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then the season after, someone pointed out there was one thing, a season after, I think before he got with Lindsay, they like made out blindfolded in some party, and he was like, that was the best make out ever. And I'm like, okay, but then nothing happened. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's these little things kind of, but I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. And that's just me. That's just my opinion. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I just have to go with how I feel in this moment.
I get it, Brandon. I get it. And you know Carl more than me.
But
I guess I need to go back and watch Summer House.
oh my gosh, you should. I've never watched the first 2 seasons in full.
It's probably not as annoying as trying to go back and watch Vanderpump. So
Well, going back and watching Vanderpump Rules
They
is
just-
not annoying.
it's
It's glorious and you should do it.
maybe because I was binging it, I was just like, I'm kind of tired of everyone's voice. Like,
I do get that.
after a couple hours, I was like, I'm good, like permanently good. Like Stassi, and then Sheena, like,
I watched Vanderpump Villa.
How was that?
It wasn't unwatchable, but it wasn't like amazing. I was bored like last weekend and I was like, let me watch this. The episodes were long and they felt long. Like,
See, Loki, that's how I felt about Vanderpump Rules too sometimes. I was just like, I know that like I'm waiting for something big in this
was
season, but just
disrespectful.
the wait for it. I think I was watching too much at once.
Overstimulated?
Yes, probably.
I can see that.
I would watch like maybe 5 episodes in a row.
I mean, that sounds amazing.
I was taking a lot at once. But yeah, Sierra doesn't like Carl.
No.
And I think she said she's not gonna date white men anymore, or she doesn't want to.
Yeah, she said she told the girl she's not going to anymore.
Okay, so we're gonna move on.
We're gonna change the type, and you know what? I support Sierra. Whatever you got to do to not be played by a mid-ass fuckboy on TV again, I support, because you are too amazing and beautiful for all that to be happening. I get it, but
yeah,
we're good. So Lexi talks to Schwartz at one point about Jesse, like when they go to take shots. And she's like, from a guy's perspective, what's a polite way of locking someone out of your room? And he's like, that's a loaded question.
He's like, whoa. You're, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't really answer.
No. And I'm just like, I don't know. Was there anything else said in that moment? I'm just like, I tried to rewatch this episode today. He didn't answer, and they just like took a shot or something.
Yeah.
And Lexi's just like over everything, which I feel.
Yeah, she's done.
But what is it? So Sierra, Amanda, and Paige go on the bed to discuss things, and they discuss Carl. Paige laughs. And Amanda's like, I think it's just you're someone who's been on his side and been kind to him, so he's taking that as a crush, and like all this.
Yeah, she basically said what you said, like not knowing if his feelings, is it actually a crush, or like does he just like like you as a person?
And Sierra's like, that could be it, and I love Carl and I don't want to ruin our friendship and all that. And I'm like, good. They talk about Jesse a little, and Sierra's just like, fuck Jesse. And Amanda's like, oh yeah, I just feel bad. I just think the thing with Jesse is just like, he doesn't like being honest, so he just like, he just like will say a joke to hide his honesty.
Which is true.
This is true. And Paige is like, I don't need you making me feel better about that guy with a candle not liking me. And they cut to Wes with his candle. And I'm like, shady.
And then they're like, well, the candle costume, like the costume's kind of funny. And they're like, yeah.
It is,
Did Amanda was the one who pointed out that the costume was funny?
I think so, of course. But then I think the party ends and everything.
Yeah, Lindsay's like, I'm pregnant. Go home.
Leave now. And so they order McDonald's on Kyle's card, which was kind of funny. She was like, I ordered on your husband's card. And then Kyle sees it, she's like, that's my card. But then Lexi's not eating the McDonald's, and they're like, where's Lexi?
Oh,
and then
Lexi.
Gabby goes into her room, and she's on the phone with her sister crying about Jesse.
And Gabby's like, Lexi, no. And then it was actually not funny, but it was cute. Like, she tells her sister, Gabby's here. And then Gabby's like, no, Lexi, no. Is this about Jesse? Are you okay? And I was like, Gabby, I want to talk to you, like, about your life, too, sometime. If you have time.
If
Gabby,
you have time to mention anything that you have going on, we would love to hear it.
Can you just show us like what Gabby has? Like, she's literally like we see her in these supportive moments. I love it. She's a great friend, great housemate. I don't know if she would classify herself. She's probably Lexi's friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen them.
She had said on the after show at one point that they grew closer throughout the season. Okay. So I think at this point they're becoming friends.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is great, but Gabby, I just want to see you like. See what's going on with you. I
know. I'm like, I'm overseeing Gabby as a supportive role. I think she has leading lady energy, and I want to see it. So I hope she comes back next season. I could see her not, because they like to recast. Yeah. And if maybe they feel as though she didn't bring much this season, but I hope they do, because I think she really could be.
I think so too.
A big part.
Yeah.
But she consoles Lexi. Yeah. Lindsay joins.
Yeah. And her sister is over it.
Yeah.
Her sister is like, forget him. If he's acting like that, you don't need him. But she was basically giving her the rundown that like Jesse was talking bad about her to the other house, like to people in the house. And she said it made people feel a way.
Yeah, she was just like, basically, you're making me look like this crazy person, and now it's making the house feel a certain way about me, or like they can't trust me, or they think I'm like this crazy jealous girl, and like it's impacting my ability to get close with them.
Do you think that's true?
So I think it's something in the middle.
Okay.
I think Jesse isn't helping, and I think he did kind of set her up to look like the jealous, crazy girl.
Yes,
or like,
that's true.
But I think there's also a component on Lexi, maybe afterwards, to build a relationship with these people, or like put forth an effort to try to, and to maybe, I don't know, not potentially lie about your birthday on interviews to make certain people look bad, because it's been confirmed by 2 people that that whole Sierra and Jesse not going to the birthday is addressed at the reunion, because I guess there was a timeline issue, and Sierra was very upset about it.
Yeah.
And on Watch What Happens Live, Sierra said the rumor that we skipped someone's birthday is not true.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And that's something I kind of noted with Lexi a little in this episode, and like just in the interviews, it's like, I really want to be their friend, but she was with my ex on my birthday and didn't tell me. But I really think we could be friends.
I was like, I don't know. Essentially, are you a reliable narrator? Are you stretching something? Because I was like, everybody in the house is uncomfortable. No.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they seem a little, it's kind of annoying. The like I said this, and then Lexi said that, and then they're upset, and then they're happy, and that's kind of annoying. But I don't know if it's necessarily driving a wedge.
Yeah, because they did end up having
people.
her back.
Yeah, if anything, it kind of brought y'all closer.
Yeah.
But I guess in her perspective, that's what's happening.
Yeah, it's certainly not helping. But Lindsay does lighten the mood with her baby kicking.
Oh my gosh, she's like, yeah, and Lexi, oh no, the baby's getting, and they all like come over to touch her, and I was like, that's actually really cute.
That was.
And Lexi's like, oh my gosh,
that made me feel better. And she's like, good. I love Lindsay this episode.
Yeah, and I'm sure they talked more, but they cut it short.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of wanted to see the rest of that conversation, actually, if you don't mind.
Can you please show it uncut?
Please, return to that scene.
But the next day, it's when the big confrontation happens. Jesse wakes up and he's like sulking, and he's like trying to make breakfast to make things better.
Yeah.
And then Lexi's just like barely talking to him when she like comes out to the kitchen and everything. He's like, is there anything I can make you special, like to make you feel better, like your eggs or your breakfast or anything? And she's like, you could stop talking shit about me.
Yes. Can I have an egg? Can I have eggs with the side of stop talking about me?
Can I have toast slathered with shut the fuck up and keep my name out of your fucking mouth? Jam spread?
Juice with a drop of like, keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Maybe
keep
a
my
drizzle.
wife's name out your fucking mouth.
She should have slapped him. But...
and he didn't say anything back, which is annoying.
No, because he never does. And then Amanda is uncomfortable and she joins.
She's like, let me exit.
Yeah, she joins Paige's here. Of course. Lindsay
like,
lives for the mess, and I'm with Lindsay.
Lindsay's like, anyway, so the eggs.
Right. I feel like I'm both. I could have seen myself doing either. If I felt truly too uncomfortable, I could have seen myself be like Amanda and leave. But also, if I was like, I kind of want to hear, I would have been like Lindsay, like, yes, let's all listen. Because Jesse's like, should we talk? And Lexi's like, let's talk in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And he's like, that just feels extra. And she's like, it's not extra because they're the ones you're saying all this to. So I want to clear the air with everyone. And I'm like, period. Now, she didn't lose me per se, but my thing is, she says it in front of who she's saying this in front of. It's Lindsay, Gabby, Kyle, West, and Carl. But those aren't the people who told you what he was saying.
Right.
It was the other girls.
Yes.
So if we're really going to clear it, we got to have the other girls. Now, they're in the bed they're dealing with their own demon. Schwartz is in their room. And he's just like, you guys have to cherish everything that you have.
I thought I'd have friends forever, and we're not friends right now.
You thought you'd have friends with your ex-wife who you cheated on multiple times, threw beer in her head, and constantly like berated her and called her every name in the book. And then also Ariana, who you hid the fact that her boyfriend was having a 7-month affair, housed the affair in your apartment and made jokes about it during the season and tried to make her look like a bad partner despite you knowing he was sleeping with Raquel. You thought you were going to be friends with those people?
Yeah, those people would be your besties. Yeah, because like you had their back and you were such a good friend.
Don't piss me off, Shorts.
Like, Shorts walked so Jesse could run.
No,
like,
for real.
Y'all are working from the same oblivious ass book. I did these things, but I didn't mean it. And it was like, I was joking. And like, it was like not serious. But, oh, you're upset. Oh, well, I don't know.
I guess I just don't know. They become Jennifer Coolidge. They're like, I did all this.
I just had.
And then this happened. I don't get it, but okay.
Like, Shorts is literally... It's ironic that he's in the house this weekend because I feel like Jesse is just playing off
He
of
brought nothing, but I will say, and I've heard some podcasts say, his energy didn't like... It was kind of funny seeing him just pipe in and just be like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't... The statement about the friendship, I was like, Schwartz. But then overall, he didn't upset me too much.
No, he was just there.
was fine.
He really was background noise. Like, we didn't need him. He didn't add a whole lot, but his commentary was a little funny.
I heard on some podcast, it's Chronically Online by Samantha Bush. It's only on Patreon. Ryan Bailey was on, who also has a podcast. So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey. I listen to a lot of podcasts. He was saying he heard that people from the Valley were going to visit next summer for Summer House. And Jax Taylor and maybe Jesse from the Valley. Don't do that. Producers, if you're listening, that's creepy. Jax is a drug addict, abusive, and a narcissist. He flipped a coffee table on Brittany and it hit her. He threw around things. He shouldn't even be on TV. Do not let him taint Summer House.
Yeah.
We don't need this. And don't bring Sandoval. Do not bring Sandoval.
No.
He's not even on the Valley, but if you were thinking about bringing Sandoval, don't. Jesse, he's also a narcissist and scary. He's not as bad as Jax, but also, please don't bring him. Yeah. Don't do this. You should watch The Valley. It's so dark.
You should watch it. It's dark.
It's depressing.
I've been seeing these clips of Brittany on the Valley. There was a scene where Jax comes in and the son is like upset to see him, basically. And then there's another scene where Jax basically blames Brittany for his drug issues.
Him having to go to, because he had to go to like a facility of some sort. I can't remember if it was like a rehab or a mental health facility.
And like blamed her and whatever. And people in the comments are basically saying like, Brittany needs to stay on TV for her protection. Like, she should not be alone with this man.
Yeah.
And having the cameras is a way for her to stay safe because Jax may not do anything crazy. So I echo what Brandon just said. I think we're at the point where this man does not need a platform anymore. Also, did you see that TMZ thing where he was in the yard and he unzipped his pants and
oh yeah,
which was bizarre as well. And I'm like, are you all right?
No, he's not.
Yeah, he needs to not have
any. People are saying because they try to act like, oh, Jax hit rock bottom, but other people like podcasters in the audience is just like, he has not hit rock bottom.
He's always been like this.
He's always been like this. Like, truly, you're not hitting, this is not his rock bottom. He's fine.
Yeah, well, okay, so I watched 1 and 2 of Vanderpump Rules, I think. So I saw Jax in his prime, okay? Prime Jax. I'm wearing a turtleneck at the club and I'm going to take it off and try to fight someone in the parking lot, Jax. And so when he was like, guys, I've been skiing this whole time. Everybody's like, yeah, man, we could... That is not a stretch.
We know.
That makes sense.
Well, the funny thing is, so he came forward about his skiing addiction before the season aired. But episode 2, when he's going to the rehab, within that scene that you saw, she outed his addiction and was just like, you need to be honest with the doctor, Jax, and you have to say this. And he's like, you've never done it before. And she's like, I have done it before, but I'll pass a drug test if I take one. Will you? And then he's just like, I'm not doing this.
she read him out. But I'm confused why they're even in the same house sometimes. Like, was the divorce final at that point?
No, they were just separated and he wouldn't leave the house, so she had to take Cruz and like get an Airbnb because he's the worst. But they had her go there to like talk to him before he left. But yeah, that show's bleak, but y'all should watch.
Sidebar.
Chances are, if you're listening to this about Summer House, you probably watched The Valley.
Jax Taylor Sidebar.
Yes. But so Lexi holds court with Jesse, and
without the girls there.
And Wes asks, he's like, well, can I just ask, like, what's the issue? And she's like, basically, like, the issue is like he talks shit about me behind my back and then makes me look crazy and like it's telling me not to trust the other girls. Like, I don't think anyone really clocked that part like in the scene. Maybe I think Lindsay and Gabby did, but like the men, because they're stupid, and all this. And I'm just like, what is he saying about? And I think this comes forward next episode where she reveals what he's saying. But, and then Wes kind of cuts off and it's just like, well, I talk to you more than anyone and I don't think you're crazy. And it's like, it's not about you, Wes. Shut up. And Jesse's like, I don't feel like I was talking shit and I wasn't saying that. Da, 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 da. And she was like, he also tried to make me feel bad and say we were flirting in the club. And he's like, that's not what I meant. I was just saying it was worse than what I did with Sierra.
Which is what she just said. Like, I didn't say that. I was saying this. My guy, that's what she's referring to.
But his angle is he wasn't upset about it. So you shouldn't be upset.
I'm just saying that what you did was really bad. The fuck? So you're upset about it.
Yes. And even West is like, huh?
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
In his confessional.
He's like, don't bring me into this fuck face.
I don't know what they're talking about.
I'm like, that's your friend. Is that your friend? Is that who you lay with? But also, yeah, so she's just like going off, and then Wes is like, but y'all are exclusive. And she's like, I don't want to date him and be exclusive. Throw that out the fucking window. You have so many fat ass red flags. I'm fucking over this. I'm like, period. And Jesse just looks like
mouth ajar, just like, oh, I don't have a girlfriend anymore.
And you shouldn't. 'Cause you're
No,
awful.
I'm glad he didn't say, well, I was actually just about to ask you to be my girlfriend.
In front of everyone here.
I was making you these pancakes to ask you to be my girlfriend.
Anyways, Jesse. And so Kyle kind of tries to chime in, and then Gabby starts talking, and Lexi's talking. He's like, okay, everyone pipe down. And they're like, we're not yelling. Like what do you mean?
We're having a... I hate when people do that.
Right. Like, shut the fuck up. Kyle, of all people, you literally throw a public hissy fit in front of everybody at least 3 times a season.
At the beach, in the house, during nice dinners.
And also, we want to hear what they have to say. Like, just because this doesn't have anything to do with you, you're like shutting it down. Like, shut the fuck up, Kyle.
You're the conversation police. Get out of here.
Right. And so Lexi's like, I feel crazy. And Carl's like, you'll feel that way a lot in this house. Carl's like the haunted ghost of the house, just popping up from the portraits.
Hello,
just like,
darkness, my old friend.
Watch out, Lexi. You'll feel crazy in this house.
She's like, I feel crazy. Yeah, felt like that this morning. Mm-hmm.
I felt that way before.
Mm-hmm. They're going to make you feel like
9
that.
years.
I was like, what's going on? That part of the conversation was so annoying. Like,
it was.
Gabby, I wanted to hear what you had to say. I think Lindsay tried to chime in too.
Yeah.
And then here goes Carl, like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
We felt this way many times. Yeah. And so
she walks outside.
She walks outside and they all pretty much leave. But I think my thing with Lexi, I like that she confronted him and I appreciated it being in front of everyone. I think where maybe some people may be feeling a disconnect from Lexi in the house is maybe wondering if she is authentic, maybe in her feelings, or if she's trying to have like moments.
Oh, I didn't get that.
I only got that because of one brief moment when like they're getting ready to do it and Carl's there, someone, and she looks over and she's like, oh, get ready, get your popcorn and all this. It was just like, maybe she was saying it as a joke or as a light, but there was almost just like a feeling when she said it that she's like, oh, I know this is about to be a big moment, or I want to do this to have a big moment. Not to say what she's feeling isn't authentic. I'm definitely team her. I'm not team Jessie, so don't get that confused.
Yeah.
But I can see how not knowing Lexi, her jumping into a relationship with someone before getting to know everyone, kind of that being all she kind of talks about. She's very articulate, but prior to the girls letting her know what Jessie was saying, her kind of like banter with the girls and people was a little like surfacey and kind of just like, oh yeah, Jessie, we fought and then I cried and he took me out to dinner and he gave me flowers and now we're exclusive. Like, it was very like surfacey and it's very centered in Jessie. And I could see too, even when the girls are talking to Schwartz, and he's like, I felt like I saw the beginning and end of a relationship this weekend. They're like, imagine how we feel. Yeah. It's been crazy this whole time. I could see them maybe like feeling a distance from Lexi, because it's just kind of like, well, what are you do? Like, are you just trying to like have like a moment? Like, is this real? Are you doing this because you think this is part of the show? Like, you like get in a relationship with someone and then you do that, but you're not necessarily nurturing your relationships with others. And it's just kind of like, and again, and even sometimes, and maybe this is sometimes with people afterwards when her and Jessie talk at her place and she kind of smiles.
Yeah, that threw me off. I was like, you're happy to see him?
I'm kind of like, what's
after being very upset?
She seems like one of those people.
Maybe they spoke. But.
Yeah, I think she's deep, but sometimes it can just be kind of surfacey, and sometimes she'll smile on certain things where it's just kind of like, why are you smiling right now? You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but like, this man is literally taking her on a roller coaster.
And this is not, I'm making this very clear. This is not defending Jessie.
No, I know you're not defending Jessie. You're wondering, is she authentic?
Yes. And it's more in regards to her relationship with the other people, not with Jessie. Like, kind of surrounding her relationship with Jessie, but I think she's being, you know.
This is like the third weekend or the fourth?
Maybe. And it's just like something like that. Like, it's just all happened so quick. And then like even seeing them talk about the relationship at her apartment, I'm like, what relationship? And I know, like,
but you know that it's been like a very fast-paced relationship,
and a lot of things happen off camera too.
Yes.
So maybe that also is where the disconnect.
Yeah, I think they're spending time together during the week. It's not just the weekend for them, because he had to meet her parents during some day, and you know, all that stuff. She met his parents too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like,
he was like, why did I do that?
It's like, it's been very fast-paced. I get what you're saying. I just felt like maybe her comment to Carl was her like she knows she's about to have a big conversation, and she's telling him like, hey, buckle up. Like last night I was on the phone with my sister, I was crying myself to sleep. This morning I'm about to tell this man what it is. Like, it didn't feel performative to me because she was about to read him, you know. That's like the
thing, like when she did it didn't feel performative, but it was just moments before where I was just like, I don't know, there's just like a vibe with her sometimes. And even in like the interviews, like I was saying, it was just like, oh yeah, I want to be friends with Sierra, but she was with my ex during the party.
That is weird.
And it's kind of just like, and if she feels a way about Sierra flirting with him, say that. Mm-hmm. Don't kind of have a smile and be like, well, I hope we can be friends, but
I think we need more context to this whole birthday stupidness, because what do you mean? Like, maybe she was surprised that Sierra forgave him after being so upset with him over the summer.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised that Sierra and Jessie are hanging out and taking pictures together at Coachella after watching this.
Yeah. Same.
So maybe she's like, wait, why'd you switch up your energy? I thought we were all against Jessie. I don't know. Maybe more happens that we haven't seen.
And it has been a while, because what is it? It's like, it was April, and like this is all like August.
Because the way that Sierra talks, and at least how I perceive her, is somebody who really like stands on it. So for her to forgive Jessie, something must have happened to change it. Because she was very much like, he's never going to talk to me again.
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. There's something with Lexi. And even when she was talking kind of to the girls about Jessie, and then like saying certain things, and Paige was talking to her, Maybe it's an energy thing, and it's something I can't even put to words. And it's not saying anything bad about Lexi, but I can see how might be hard to connect with her sometimes. It doesn't always feel like what she's saying is authentic. And not to say, I think in regards to Jesse and when she talks to him, she's very clear. She's very like, I'm very supportive of Lexi in regards to Jesse. I think everything she's saying is right with him, and I believe it. And I think he's awful. It's just in general, like conversations with others, there's like an energy shift where I can see how it could be kind of hard to connect with her.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Gabby and Lindsay connected with her. I don't know. And maybe that's just a personal thing, but I do like her.
Yeah. I didn't see it while she was on the show, but her comments afterwards are confusing me, and I need more context. But I get what you're saying.
It's just, yeah. But
I want to see what else is going on.
Yeah, I am interested to see more of the reunion, because I do think the reunion is a space where that can kind of go away and you can like hash things out and you kind of get more of the real with things. Yeah. So I'm interested to say that, because what was it? When Gabby said in some interview that the birthday thing was cleared up, she kind of tried to paint it in a way of just like, I think Sierra got caught in the crossfire, but her issue with Jesse, trying to make Jesse look bad, or like saying that Jesse was rude. And I'm like, well, I don't really buy that. I think she was just, if she lied and was also trying to make Sierra look bad. Right. Because maybe she has an issue with Sierra. Right. Which, if you have an issue with Sierra, you have an issue with Sierra. But like, let's be real about it. Like, say what the issue is. Yeah. Don't like, again, have the smile. Be like, but I think we can be friends. Yeah. But yeah. So she has the conversation with Jesse in her apartment. And he's like, I'd like to try.
Yeah, that was weird to me. So she comes to the door smiling, gives him a big hug, and then they start having this conversation. I'm just like, the energy is confusing. So obviously you guys had a conversation. Yeah. Maybe he tried to clear things up. Doing his Jesse magic to somehow make everything all better. Right. As he has been. But yeah, she's like, she says something to the effect of like, I don't know if we're compatible. I don't know if we have...
if it's like worth it or something.
Yeah, like if we're a good match for each other.
And then it kind of ends. But it was interesting, his energy shift, because after the confrontation, he did talk to Wes, and he was just like, well, maybe my yellow flags are valid, because look what's happening. I'm like, because she's upset with what you did to her? Be for real. Anyway.
The way that he refuses to look at himself at all is very concerning. Like, it's not funny. It's not cute. It's a big ass red flag. Like, I can tell you, you're making me feel a way, and none of it registers.
He just
like, how, Sway? You have to look for Jesse. You have to spell it out.
He won't read.
I felt like this. I felt like that, and then he'll be like, but no. And like, you're right, because he doesn't read. So you're spelling it out, and he's still not getting it.
No, because even.
Oh my gosh.
What was it? When he was before the confrontation, he was like talking to Amanda, like, why is Sierra mad at me? And he was like, was it because of the one joke?
It wasn't a joke. That was a joke?
Yeah.
When did you laugh? What did you say in the moment to make it feel like a joke about Sierra and West? Oh, I did it to make Sierra feel better. That sounds like something sympathetic you would do, correct? Yeah. But then the next day it's a joke? Pick one, Jesse. You can't keep making excuses for your behavior, pretending like nothing's happening. He's consistently rewriting the story. Oh, that was a joke. Oh, I was serious. Oh, I was not. Like, oh, you didn't hear that. Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
My thing with jokes, though, aren't they supposed to be funny?
Right. Like, nobody laughed. There was no inflection in his voice. He didn't try to make it a joke. Like, it wasn't a joke, Jesse. You're just full of shit.
You can't say everything's hilarious if it's not even funny.
You just can't be honest with yourself, so you make up lies, really bad ones. So
no, and transparency. Our camera died, so we had some downtime. I saw a sneak peek of next week's episode. Him and Lexi arrived at the house together and are like back together.
Oh gosh, Lexi, no!
And Paige and Lindsay are just like, they're fucking weird. And they kind of
now I would feel a way about you in the house. Just all the back and forth and the up and down and all the drama. It's like, okay, we told you, sis. What do you want us to do now?
Right. It's just too much. But It seems like it blows up again because I think I saw some preview too where she like brings up to the house what he was saying about them. And it looks like Sierra is going to address her issues with him. So hopefully, we'll see.
Next week?
Yes, next week. So we'll see what happens there. Another thing with it, I think there's just two other things with this episode. Lindsay had her sonogram.
Oh, that was cute.
That was cute. I really like that. She like teared up. Very nice moment. Yeah. Danielle was there.
Yeah.
But the Lindsay part was cute. And then the Amanda and Kyle.
Yes.
So Kyle's been talking to Shorts a little bit about expecting to have had a kid at this age and all these things.
And remind me, which season was it that she wanted to have a baby? The season before this one?
Last season.
Okay. Yeah. And his answer was?
No, he wants them to be good and he's not ready.
Okay. All right. Just for context.
Yeah. So he brings up, because I think his thing is he's getting his sperm tested and there could be a chance that he's sterile.
Yeah.
And Amanda is just like, well, that wouldn't be the worst thing.
It's not awful. That's not the end of the world if it is.
And he's like,
what do you mean?
And she's just like, look, like, I feel like I've come so far with myself. I don't know if I can see myself like taking care of something else or someone else. Like, I don't know if that's like a necessity. And he's just like shocked. He's like, I had worked so hard on Loverboy and all this with hopes that there would be like an end result of some sort, and now it's just like, would this be for nothing? And I'm like,
so if you don't have children, all your hard work is for nothing.
Right. And I also, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say, I don't believe you. I think you have something with yourself. And look, I can understand being shocked by Amanda maybe changing her mind, but I also think Kyle has a tendency to take moments and make them about himself, whether it's with other people, with friends, with Amanda. For instance, last season when she brought up wanting to start a swimwear line and potentially stepping back from Loverboy, he freaked out, threw a hissy fit. It was not supportive. And when she wanted to have kids, it was very much, well, I want us to be good, and I don't know if I'm ready, and I don't know if I want to move to the city, even though we talked about agreeing moving to the city when we have family. Yeah. Or moving to Jersey. But now when Amanda's got her mental health kind of on the right trajectory, she's starting her swimwear line and she's really coming into her own. It's almost as if he feels her slipping and becoming her own person, and he's like, well, what about the kids? Like, we're gonna have kids, right?
But what about the family that we wanted to have? You're doing all this stuff, but like, what about that?
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't not believe him, but I also think there's a thing with Kyle where he always has to be the center and it always has to be him. And if something's not, like, it just always has to be on his terms.
He'll like manipulate a situation so that the attention is back on him.
Yeah. And like, I don't even know if he does it consciously, but I think I've noticed it a lot with like Amanda and other people. It's just something with him that like, even when they're filming simple videos, like for TikTok or something, he puts himself right in front of the camera, even if the video has nothing to do with him. Like, he has to be front and center. And Amanda usually was okay with kind of being on the sidelines, but she's kind of wanted to be on her own the past couple seasons. And I don't know if he likes that.
That's interesting, man. I'm sensing a theme with these men, and I just wonder what it will take for people to be honest, truly honest about how they feel. I feel like Craig was kind of telling Paige. Craig was kind of telling Paige, not in those words, but essentially insinuating like, hey, like, but like, what about me?
How will I fit in? Yeah.
Kyle doesn't, but he probably is doing what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if he knows he's doing that. Like, I wonder if Jesse knows he's doing that. You know what I mean? Like, do these men know how they actually feel about a situation and could be honest about it?
Probably not. That's probably why Craig might trigger Kyle a little bit, because they're maybe a little similar in that way.
I wish that she would bring up, like, okay, but a year ago I wanted this and you didn't.
Yeah.
So
maybe
why?
she will at the reunion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still have hope that they'll divorce.
He's like, I was 40, but now that I'm 41, I think this is a good year. And it's like,
and she's like, I'm thriving. I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah. And I get it. Like, it's a lot of responsibility taking care of a kid. And she kind of alluded to, like, sometimes she feels like she can't take care of herself.
Yeah.
So maybe she's not in a good mental space. Maybe, you know, the stressors of all the other things that she's doing is a lot right now.
Right.
I wouldn't want to bring a child into the world in that kind of situation.
No, you have to be ready. And she had said, I think even earlier in the season, she had mentioned not maybe wanting a kid right now or not being ready at this moment. It was like brief, but it was mentioned like really early. And
I feel like conversations about children should be more than I want one.
Yeah.
like you're gonna bring a whole life into the world. Like, why do you want to have a kid? What do you hope to teach them?
Yeah.
What do you hope like to give them? What do you like have planned? What do we have planned to take care of them? How do we plan to take care of them? Are we going to get a nanny? Is it just going to be us holding down the fort? Are we going to take a step back from the show? Like, it needs to just be like, yes, I will have a baby. Like, it's more of a conversation, you know?
Yeah.
And I kind of want to know what his motivation is first. Like, I remember a coworker got pregnant and I was like, I get like that you have a kid now, but like, why did you want one? And she was able to tell me why she wanted a baby.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody should be able to say that. I low-key feel like Kyle just wants a kid to have a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Because he's supposed to want to, or he should want one or should have one.
Yeah.
But it's like, are you actually ready? And I think even Sierra said on Watch What Happens Live, she was just like, I don't know if they will have one anytime soon because he's still going out late. He's not acting like he's going to act brand new when he has a kid. So why would Amanda feel secure in wanting to have a kid with him?
Right.
But that's also on Amanda. I'm like, Amanda, I want someone to sit Amanda down and be like, Amanda, are you happy?
Yeah.
Like, are you actually happy? Because some people will defend Amanda and Kyle and be like, they do like each other. Da, 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 da. I actually do think Amanda and Kyle love each other, but I don't think they respect each other. And I think that is why they shouldn't be together.
Yeah.
He's always has said before how she's lazy and he doesn't like this and that about her work ethic and all these things about her. And she doesn't like his personality and how he parties and goes out late. Like, they don't respect each other and who they are. So
yeah, we don't see a lot of like, I mean, I get it. You're always going to have something in your partner that you don't like. But is it something that you can compromise on or something that you can just come to peace with? Like, okay, he just likes to go out, but he takes the morning shift. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be a balance. Like, you can't, nobody's going to act 100% the way you want them to or the way people think they should.
Yeah.
But can you, like, be at peace with it? Like, unconditionally love that person regardless of those things.
Right.
And then still find love and support from them in other ways, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't see any of that with them.
no.
She looks so unhappy all the time.
She does.
Like, they always make it a point to show Carl coming in late at night and just her Kyle coming in late and she's just like, ugh, be quiet, I'm sleeping. Or
I fucking hate this.
Yeah, like, oh, you turn the speakers on up here. Like,
yeah. It's more bad than good.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Especially during their wedding season. Maybe you should watch that one.
Ooh, which one was that one number?
Season 6.
Honestly, I don't have anything to watch right now, so maybe I will just dabble through.
Get a little history lesson on the Summer House people.
I attempted to watch the show where they talk about it.
The after show?
Yeah, I tried to watch it, but I didn't see any episodes.
And they only have like a few, and then they stopped for some reason. Everyone's wondering why. I heard you
say earlier that you watched the after show, and I was like, did I miss something?
It was from an older one I was referencing.
Oh, okay.
Because there's only like 3 or something. They stopped for some reason. I don't know, but everyone's wondering online. So come forward and say why. But with that
start
being
a show
said,
and take it away.
That part. Is that it for today's episode?
That's
all. Next episode, I think there's gonna be something against Jesse.
Yeah, down with Jesse.
Hopefully it sticks. I don't think it does, but you know.
Well, it does at some point because they're not together now.
Right. At least with Lexi, I think everyone's still his friend, which I guess is fine. But at least Lexi and them aren't together. But yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. Thank y'all so much for listening.
Yes.
Make sure to rate and review us. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We love to shout those out. And you can comment on the episodes in Spotify. If you want to see our beautiful faces, faces in better definition.
Yes,
now.
we are upgrading our stuff. Come take a look at our YouTube.
Yes, at the Shade of It All podcast. Like and subscribe, please. And then we are also on TikTok posting some fun clips. We've changed our editing a little bit, and it's super fun at the Shade of It All podcast on TikTok and the Shade of It All pod on Instagram. And we'll talk to you all next time. Bye.
Bye.